Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from CinemaSound.com. We're really excited today to be able to share with you our tutorial on the CinemaSound Final Cut Pro X audio presets from CinemaSound. Over 155 audio presets to get you the kind of Hollywood level power when you have to do your mixes in an NLE, especially in Final Cut Pro. The same kind of power that we use when we're in a big digital audio workstation like Pro Tools. We use these presets and these kind of settings to get us that powerful, immersive audio experience for our audiences. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, we're here in Final Cut Pro X, and please note that these presets only work if you're in High Sierra or better, and that would make the Pro, Final Cut 10.4 or 6 or 6.4, one of those ones. They won't work in Sierra. You need to upgrade to High Sierra or better. I like to call it Sierra Leone because it's kind of buggy, but oh well. So how do we get to them? Well, once you've installed them properly, you click on this button right here, and they all show up here under the audio bits, and you can see the CinemaSound combos, multi-band compressors. There they all are, happily organized. And I've got some dialogue examples and a music example here. So here's the male dialogue example for a second.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down. All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
And here's her.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
So, it's some ADR a little bit. It's kind of noisy in the background. And one of the things that sometimes we do is add denoise and all that, but that's pretty processor intensive. The good old fashioned way of doing it is with an expander. And here's one that we just have under our expanders. And expanders is a glorified way of saying, leave the dialogue in and cut everything that's below the dialogue out. So let's take DX stands for dialogue, easy clean room. We're just going to drop it on there. Open up here, and you can see that the expander's been instantiated. That's what it looks like, the beautiful preset from our friends at Logic. Here's what it sounds like.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised. That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Way reduced. Pretty awesome. And if you don't like something, you just undo and it goes back, or go up here and delete. So let's go to the EQs. Now we have EQs, limiters, multi-band compressors, single band compressors, and then the incredibly powerful combos. And one of the things that's great about having the expander on there is you can just add these one at a time, put them in series. So the expansion, let's say we wanted to add one of the EQs. Let's see, female boost. We wanted to add that. Notice that it will come underneath the expander, and now we get the best of both worlds.
Citizen life systems compromised. That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And if we don't like that, but we want to keep the expander, we can just undo and the expander stays. How about female cut?
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Okay, how about female edge?
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
How about female smooth?
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And this is what the EQ looks like. It's a very complicated EQ. It's not just some simple thing. Let's see. We have the male version of the same, and then we have DX Sibilance Shredder Female. Let's see what that's all about.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And you can see that the sibilance issues that normally show up on set get killed, as well as a nice low cut filter. And these just go on and on and on. Now, one of the most important things that we talk about at CinemaSound is the ability to do distance-to-camera mixing, and how difficult that is, that when someone's close to you, that you be able to boost the highs and compress and the lows and lose some of the mids and deal with more dynamic range, and when they're far from you, that you have to do the opposite and somewhere in between. Well, we've done all this work for you. So here's a close-up distance-to-camera mixing setup. So this is on a close-up.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Here's an ECU, extreme close-up.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Here's Far.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Here's a medium shot.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
It's pretty awesome, and we can do the same thing for his dialogue as well. In fact, let's add the expander, easy clean room. I'm going to add dialogue male smooth.
All right, route them through supply holding.
And then I'm going to add the DTC Close Up on top of it. And again, notice what's happening here. I'll bring this down so you can see. There's a bunch of EQs that have all been dropped after the expander.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
Ooh, and then we can undo and then just do Far while keeping the smooth.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
Super dope. Now here's a fun one. Here's General in the next room.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
That's fun. Here's General Phone, and this is an EQ. We have this as a combo too, which I'll show you in a second.
All right, route them through supply holding.
Super dope. And for EQs, we have general, we've got music, that's MX, and then of course sound effects and some mixed things. We talked about the expanders. Limiters, some of these are very, very loud for our internet folks who are delivering on internet. And then obviously your DVD, Blu-ray, and cinema mixing. You just drop this. And then since Final Cut at this point doesn't have a mixer window, what you need to do is create a compound clip of all of your audio files and then drop those plugins on that compound file. We have the single band compressors here. And anytime we've used multiple bands of something in one of the combos, we've shown them here. In fact, let me just show you how cool this is. I'm going to jump ahead of myself, but it's just so cool. There's 150 odd plugins here. And for us, we're like, well, how do we find them? It's really difficult to do. Well, let's say I wanted to find General Cascade, which is a beautiful 2 compressors in a series that creates super even dialogue. I can just go here and go CASC and find them under multiband here or single band. Let's just use the multiband for a second. I'm going to drop this in here and notice what's happening. I've got 2 multiband compressors. This is the multipressor from Logic Pro, which is one of the most powerful multiband compressors that there is. And watch what happens here to the dialogue.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
Notice there are 4 compressors on each one of these that dedicated to frequencies, low, low, mid, mid, high, and high, both working in series. Watch what's happening to the meters. Let's go back here.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
And he's actually pretty dynamic in general. Let's actually do this for her. Make sure I don't have anything special, just the expander. She's really not dynamic. I mean, she's really very dynamic is what I mean.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Let's just take the General Cascade and drop this on here.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And that's pretty good. Let's drop the other one on. One's a little more snappy than the other.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Let's undo and do number B, lumber. Number B, lumber. Lumber number.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Doing a great job of keeping her even.
That was the terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And managing her frequencies. And in this library, what happens is we have things called contour and control. Let's go back to combos. And let's get rid of this. And contour means we're adding a loudness contour. In other words, there's a lot of lows added, a lot of highs added, and mids that are reduced. And that's contour. Control means we're using some kind of single or multi-band compressor to keep the volume kind of the same. Now notice if we do bad phone from a combo perspective, it's not just an EQ, it's 2 multipressors, an EQ, the expander was there before, and distortion.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
It's way more powerful, but it's also a combination. That's why we love these. For dialogue, we've also broken them down into actors' names that sort of resemble not their voice exactly, but their frequency response of their voice. And so the first one I want to show you is Cate Blanchett. We'll do it here on the aria dialogue. We're just going to drop this on here, leaving the expander on. Look at all that happens there. EQ, compressor, de-esser.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Beautiful. Here is Cathy Zeta Jones.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Oh, here's just General Cops.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Here's dialogue leveling in general.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
With an EQ added. Here's edgy female.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Here's James Earl Jones. Let's add this to him. Let's see what happens here.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
Even for his tenor voice, that's pretty cool. Here's Liam Neeson.
All right, route them through supply holding. Let's slow them down.
Here's Lily Tomlin. Let's go back to her again.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And we'll add Martin Short to her just because that's funny.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
And then Silvery Sibilance.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Beautiful. I'll just show you what's happening here with this multipressor. It's so smart what's happening.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
It's basically acting like a de-esser. It's so cool. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, everybody needs to have the canyon.
That was a terrarium. Citizen life systems compromised.
Let's see. Here's dialogue smooth.
That That was a terrarium, citizen. Life systems compromised.
Oh, Tom Cruise, of course.
That was a terrarium, citizen. Life systems compromised.
With a lot of compression. All right, let me show you what's happening with the music here, because some of these are really, really powerful plugins that, dialogue doesn't quite cut it. So here's some of the music. And remember what I said about contour, general contour, and all those kinds of things? I'm just going to put these on, and as we play, and I won't say them, hopefully you'll be able to see what's happening. We're going to start with general contour, and then we'll move down through here so you can see what's happening to this music. And this works on anything, the sound effects, your mix, whatever. General control. Control and brighten. Control and darken. Control and edge. Control and roar. Watch out. Easy feature. And no, I'm not going to do any of the internet ones. It'll blow us up here. Here's silvery feature. Let's see here. Thumpy. Let's go back to the thump bits. And those are all just general mix settings. Here's music settings. That's MX. I'm just going to go through these. It's just like the head on your the presets on the head on your amp at home. Country. Oh, let me go back here. Jazz. Metal. Rap. Mark Murphy. And Mark Murphy is with the setting I use for my orchestral scores to make it sound like Sean Murphy, who mixes all of John Williams. Here's Mark Murphy Pop. So there's a ton of stuff in here. These are just the combos. There's multi-band compressors. Like I said, limiter, single band. It just keeps going, and you just drag and drop, load them up, and have a great time. So this is available at cinemasound.com. Just go to www.cinemasound.com and press on the store tab and scroll down until you see the Final Cut Pro X audio presets, and you download them, and they're yours forever. Hopefully this video has been valuable to you. If so, please subscribe to it and come visit us, like I said, at cinemasound.com, where we have hundreds of articles and blog posts on how to get you that Hollywood unfair competitive advantage that they have, but get it into your productions with respect to immersive audio. Until then, we'll see you in the edit bay.